Hey buddies, it's your girl AyChristene, and today we're checking out a suggestion from you guys. This is Driving While Black Part 3. Oh, okay, apparently there were other parts. This is by sWooZie. How you doing, boo? I missed you. It's been a while since we've checked out a sWooZie video, and I missed him. I want to say I am excited to see another video from him. I don't think this will be a happy, fun story like he normally tells, because it's of when it came out and what's going on in the world right now. But I am looking forward to his insight. So link for this video is in the description box below for you to check out. Now let's get started.
When I interviewed Obama, I teased a Driving While Black story.
Did you?
So,
I didn't
as a black male who wears his hat
interviewed
backwards
Obama?
from time to time, I get racially profiled. Okay, the most recent story I have for you is driving, pulled over to send some text messages. Cop pulled up behind me, called for backup. They're all over me, harassing me for my ID, registration. I get harassed often.
I knew someday I'd jump on YouTube and share. One night I'm driving and I'm texting my friend, and he says to me,
Love
the
the
Star
facial hair.
Wars Episode 3 is the worst of the prequels. You ever have those friends that just say
Wait,
something
what?
that have you look at them and be like, how are we even friends?
Right,
You sitting
that's
here trying to
definitely
tell
one
me
of them.
an 18-minute pod race is better than Obi-Wan versus Anakin? You're
Right,
crazy. Episode
okay.
3 is the best
Okay.
out of all three. Arguably the best out of all of them. So anyways, these texts...
not the best out of all of them. Not the best out of all of them, but definitely the best of the first three. You know, I think in the first three, you've got the Darth Maul moment in the first one. In the second one, there's a lot of Jar Jar, so I'm just like, whew, there was a lot of Jar Jar in the first one too. But no, the third one is the best of the first three, for sure.
start getting heated.
So I pull over to text.
5 minutes
okay.
later, a cop drives by. As he passes, he
think it was
slows down.
smart for
In
him
my
to be
head,
like,
my psychic abilities
gonna
can
stop.
sense this dude's gonna go down the street, turn around, and
Psychic.
come back. I can sense it.
We
2
know,
minutes
we
later,
know,
a cop
we
car
know.
drives by. I don't know if it's the same one. Might be.
It's
I
the
don't
same
know.
one.
All I know is
It's
this
the
guy
same one.
rolls by at like 2 miles an hour. All right, he could be just looking to see what's going on. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And what a lot of my friends who aren't black don't understand, when it comes to cops, especially in the South, we can feel when an altercation is about to go down.
Right.
If you've never been
We
harassed
know.
by the police, I don't expect you to understand.
Exactly.
But if you know, you know.
We
and I'm
know.
honestly not in the mood to be harassed right now. So once the
Right.
cop
Or
passes and goes
ever.
around the corner, I start my car up and I drive into the first neighborhood, bust a left, pull in there, and park again to keep texting. Because my friend is straight tripping right now. Yes, Duel of Fates was fire, but he's tripping because episode 3 overall was more bomber
Was
than
better.
episode 1. Let's be
Yes,
clear.
for
So I
sure,
get back to
for sure.
texting, and guess who comes creeping into the neighborhood? So now I know
He watched
harassment
you.
is imminent.
Right.
He creeps in,
watched
drives past me. I look in my rearview mirror. Dude busts a 3-point turn. Here we go. Christmas lights.
I've been pulled over for DWB. I've been pulled over for WWB. This is my first time being pulled over for PWB. But you know what? He might be coming in just to see if I'm okay. Now, I told this.
I knew about DWB, obviously. PWB is new, and then WWB, is new as an acronym. As I said, the WWB, it made me actually a little bit sad, because I think of, Eric Garner. I feel like I think of there's another gentleman, I don't remember his name, that was selling CDs out of his car in front of a grocery store, a corner store, something like that, that was like shot up by police. This ish needs to stop. It really needs to stop.
Story to a few of my friends, and this is the part that always trips them out. Anytime I get pulled over by the cops, I roll down my window, put one hand out the window, one hand on the ceiling. That's because when my parents were teaching me how to drive, I had 2 phases. One phase was my mom teaching me how to drive all the technical stuff. Phase 2 was with my dad, and it was all
Oh,
about...
wait, hold on. There's a lot of stuff there. We got to...
That's because when my parents were teaching me how to drive, I had 2 phases.
Okay, so mom's driving tips. Learn your right of ways, because you clearly suck at them. Stop using both feet when you drive. Pick one foot and use that foot for the gas and the brake. You're right. She was wrong about this one. No one could beat me 1v1. Oh, okay. About Mario Kart. All right, that's different. But yes, use one foot when driving a regular car. Always indicate. Always check your blind spots. Okay.
Phase was my mom teaching me how to drive all the technical stuff. Phase 2 was with my dad, and it was all about when I get pulled over.
Okay, because just in case he switches scenes really quick, let me read this. Dad's driving tips: no speed racing, smart. When you drive in the rain, when you drive in the rain, all properties change. Yes, except for, especially for the road. It could get a lot slicker and stuff out there. When you get pulled over, no sudden movements. Make the cop feel safe. You know how messed up that is, that's something we have to teach our children, so that they don't die. Make the cop feel safe when the cop is supposed to make you feel safe, right? Messed up. All right. Don't talk back. Make sure the cop can always see your hands. Yes. If you have tint, roll down the windows. Down all the windows. Turn your car off. Keep your hands on the steering wheel is a good option. If you want the cop to feel extra safe, put one hand out the window and the other one, I guess it's going to say on the ceiling. And this is a thing a lot of people who are not Black don't understand, that this is stuff that you have to teach. We have to teach our kids because of the systemic racism and the fact that from way back when cops were introduced, which is something I learned. I'll be honest, I learned this year that cops, the police force was created to catch slaves. So when slaves would run away, there was a group that was created to capture slaves and bring them back to their masters. And therefore, police was established, or police. It's a plural word. My phrasing may not be, grammatically correct, or it might be fine, but that's when they were created. And it's crazy that they carry that. Well, it's understandable. If that's how you rooted, the world has changed, so you must change. But to see where you are right now, that to still have this mindset that the person I'm about to pull over, they're Black, I gotta be ready to shoot. And we have to teach our kids this way to make the cop feel safe. I hope you guys understand the ludicrousy. Is it? The lunacy. Okay, it's crazy that we have to teach our kids on how to make a cop feel safe. When a cop is nowadays someone who is hired to make you as the citizen feel safe, just because we're Black. Remember that.
This is how you act so you don't get shot. Every cop wants to feel like they're 10 feet tall, so always talk to them with respect. No sudden movements. Keep your hands on the steering wheels at all times. Or if you want to feel extra safe, one hand out the window, one hand on the ceiling. So I see the cop walking up. As a Black man, when I get pulled over, I'm all about de-escalation. I put on a cardigan, I put a tennis racket in my passenger seat, so when the cop walks upon me, I'm like, "Officer, what's going on? I'm so..."
My gosh. Oh my goodness. The outfit change. Where does this Peter Pan hat come from? What? Oh my goodness. And the glasses. He didn't have glasses before. Oh no, he was wearing glasses. But the change.
So confused.
First thing out of his mouth,
the voice.
License or registration. Not, are you okay?
None of that.
You good? Checking up on you?
Of course you're checking.
I don't know how many of you guys know the law, but the law specifically states a cop can only ask you for your ID if they have reasonable suspicion that you've just committed a crime.
Grab my registration, hand him my license, done. He goes back to his car.
I was talking to my friend London about this, and she was telling me about the last time she got pulled over.
Okay.
I was doing 65 and a 45.
Oh, dear.
Cop caught me, pulled me over. Whoa, somebody's in a hurry. He asked for my license and registration. I gave it to him. All right, I'm gonna go check this. If you're clean, I'm gonna let you go. Went back to his car, checked it, came back over to me. All right, you're good to go. You want me to stop traffic while you merge?
Wait.
Okay. And then
What?
he stood out in the middle of the street,
What?
stopped traffic so I can get back onto the road.
What?
Now, anytime I get pulled over for nothing,
I like to play this game called I wonder what lie you're going to tell me as to why you pulled me over.
so the cop is back there checking to see if I have any warrants, and another cop pulls into the neighborhood and gets behind me. The backup cop walks up alongside my car and he was like, "You know why you got pulled over?"
No.
Officer, what's going on? I'm so confused. By the way, do you play tennis?
Look
Well-
at my tennis rackets.
Your license plate, the light on your license plate was flickering.
What
Whenever
is
I
that?
feel like a cop is feeding me some BS,
At least come up with a better lie, okay? The license plate, the light on your license plate was flickering. Then what you would have done if that was the truth, Mr. Officer, is you would have pulled him and say, "Hey, just to let you know, or you wouldn't have said anything." But I will say that I have had the whole, you know, your lights or your backlights were off. And that was the conversation, like, hey, just to let you know, your backlight was off. And I'm like, I understand. Thank you so much. I'm going to go get that fixed. And so that, I will say that I've had that good, no, I wouldn't say good. It's never good when you get pulled over by a cop, but I've had that experience where they just said, hey, this is the situation. Then what he did was he put on record that he spoke to me tonight. That way, if I got stopped again, someone would see in the system that I am going to get the light changed. I'm aware it's going to get fixed and we're going to be good. He could have come up with a better lie, talking about the light was flickering over your license plate. Bruh, come up with a better lie. Come up with a better lie.
There's this thing I do. I go, huh, to let him know that I know that he's full of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
BS.
license plate light was flickering.
That makes no sense.
Huh. Really?
So then why do you need my license
Yeah.
and registration?
5 minutes later, the first cop that pulls me over comes back.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you know why we pulled you over? And I'm like,
I'm out here for the purge.
dear.
What you
Oh,
out here
dear.
for?
That's
you're
weird.
technically in a construction zone.
No, you're
Half
not.
of the houses
You
here
see?
are still under construction. They're being built.
No.
And you're in a construction
No.
zone.
See, you stupid freaking liar.
So considering
that.
they didn't even take the time to get their stories
Not
straight,
even.
I'm going to assume that this is not true. It
Right,
sounded like
it's
he was
not
making
true.
that up, so I went home and checked. Neighborhoods that have houses being built, I don't see that anywhere being considered construction zones.
Okay.
He might be right. I don't know.
No, but
that's just
no,
what I found.
it's a lie.
As this guy's
It's a
talking to
lie.
me, a third cop shows up.
Are you serious?
Third cop drives by me and side-eyes me so hard. I'm sitting here like, what did I do to you, bro?
Oh my
You're the one
goodness.
harassing me.
Thing about cops is they're in an authoritative position and they hate as soon as anybody questions that authority. So the instant you say, why are you pulling me over, that's you questioning that authority. When some cops pull me over and it's obvious they're just profiling me, they run my license, they see everything is clean, that's not enough for them.
Right.
Instead of letting me go, they start doing little things to push my buttons, just to irritate or aggravate me. You know how your sibling will do things to irritate you? Kind of like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen every time, but it happens sometimes. In this case, it seems like they're trying to irritate me by having me wait out here because it's been 45 minutes,
45 minutes.
that I'm still on the side of the road. Because by
Oh, gosh. This is why we have shirts that say FTP. Okay, my shirt doesn't say that right now, and I might have went backwards from where you might see it. So FTP, but yeah, FTP, and now DFTP, defund the police. Jesus.
by this point, it's been 45 minutes, 3 cops are behind me, and can anybody here tell me one thing that I've done wrong?
Nothing.
How slow is your laptop back there, bro? It takes you 45
It
minutes
doesn't.
to run my
It
license?
doesn't take that
You back
long.
there on a 56K modem using AOL?
Oh dear.
If I were to go
I
outside
remember
and harass
AOL.
somebody, that's wrong. Just because you're wearing a blue suit does not make it any
Doesn't give
better.
you the right.
In fact, it makes it even worse.
Exactly.
And like I mentioned in the Obama interview,
Right.
I've learned to live with the harassment, but
I've been profiled while driving so many times. I could do 12 of these driving while black videos. Cops have pulled me over on a traffic stop and started pointing guns at my car.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna give you all a quick bonus story. A month before that happened, my sister asked to borrow my car. She takes my car, drives to her boyfriend's house.
Okay.
As she's leaving his neighborhood, cops pull her over. So the
Okay.
cop pulls her over, starts trying to irritate her. She doesn't bite. Then he says, "Can I search your car?" She says, "Okay." Cop takes my
No.
sister and her boyfriend
No.
to the front of the cop car.
No, they
Backup
have
shows
no
up with a
right.
K9. Cop number
They
2
have no
takes
right.
the K9 around the car. The first cop is back there with my sister and her boyfriend. He starts poking at her. Cop number 2 comes back with this drug kit. Apparently, I've never heard of this, but he has a drug kit. I wiped this swab on the passenger seat. It turned blue. That means we got heroin residue.
Heroin?
Your boyfriend was in the passenger seat. Going to jail.
Are you
They took my sister's boyfriend to jail.
serious?
Mind you, my sister's boyfriend doesn't even smoke weed.
Oh my
so the
goodness.
fact that they found heroin residue in the passenger seat of my car, highly unlikely.
Extremely
That's on his
unlikely.
record forever. How
Oh
quick are you
my
trying to hire somebody who's been
gosh.
arrested for heroin possession? OPD, ladies and gentlemen.
my
Are there bad
goodness.
cops out there? Yes.
Yes.
Are there good cops out there? Definitely. Cops
I've
are
had
putting their life on the line every
some
single
good
day, and I feel that at least deserves a mention.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my friends are cops, so I don't want anybody to think I'm jumping on here just to bash cops. That's not what I'm
No,
about. The
I
best way to
understand.
solve a problem is first identifying
And
it,
acknowledging
and secondly, let's start talking about some
Right,
solutions.
exactly.
Up until recently, there's been very little accountability for law enforcement, racism, sadly, is still alive.
Yes.
And on both sides of the line. Did you guys know they had groups on Facebook and people on Twitter trying to cancel Michael B. Jordan because the last 2 girls they saw him dating weren't black? You know what? Since he doesn't date a lot of black girls, let's boycott Black Panther. That man is free to date whatever girl he wants, no matter what color she is.
Right.
That's prejudice AF. I think another problem is people don't even know what being prejudiced or racist is. Let me just break it down. One quick example. You take what you know or what you think you know about one person, and then you apply that to everybody in that race. That black guy is bad, so all black guys are bad. Let me just pull this one over and harass him for 45 minutes. See my point? In 2015, when I moved to LA, Orlando PD and Osceola PD were fighting to not wear body cameras. Why do you think that is?
Because they don't want to get caught.
It's almost like they don't want their behavior to be monitored.
Right.
And yesterday, NYPD announced that every cop has to wear a body camera, but they're only releasing footage if a cop draws his firearm or discharges his firearm. There's a lot of crap and a lot of shady stuff a cop can do before they draw their firearm. It's a good start, but no. We're talking about solutions now. If cops want to build trust, how about, here's an idea. Anytime a cop pulls you over for a traffic stop, that civilian can go download the body cam footage from their traffic stop.
Did you guys know that there's cops out there who repeatedly turn their body cameras off?
Oh my goodness.
As part of this investigation, Captain Chad Ocuzio said he noticed a pattern of certain officers that wouldn't turn them on, nor would they document their incidents.
It's almost like they don't want their behavior to be monitored.
Oh my goodness.
Accountability.
Right.
So there you go. I've addressed some problems. I proposed some solutions. Any cop that ever catches me speeding or doing an illegal U-turn, please pull me over, give me a ticket. You will never hear me complaining. I'll never jump on here and be like, oh my God, these cops. No, you're doing your job. But we got a few problems.
There are a lot of
Accountability,
problems.
trigger-happy cops, trigger-happy civilians. So when a civilian can call 911, the operator tells them, stop following this kid home. The civilian ignores that, gets out the car, starts a fight, and then shoots the kid who is unarmed. When the cops show up, they're like, oh, self-defense, you're free to go.
Nope.
That sends a message. When that cop choked out Eric Gardner and they're like, oh, you're free to go home.
Exactly.
That sends a message. Hopefully, we can take this time to better ourselves. Racism isn't going to stop anytime soon. Not on here trying to...
I just need a minute. This is... I'll say more after. It's just hard to see, you know. It's hard to see in the reminders.
I say that there are tons of good cops who are doing their jobs very quietly that we're never going to hear about. But hopefully we can start looking at some problems and start providing some common sense solutions. That's all I'm saying.
Now, addressing things that he mentioned in the video, there are good ones and there are bad ones. You know, that's across the board with everything. Unfortunately, the bad ones are killing people, you know, and just because they're black. There's no other reason. This excessive brutality, excessive brutality, or any brutality on any part is not necessary. I feel like as a solution in these situations, if a police officer discharges his gun and shoots an individual, just shoots, not even kills, but shoots an individual, right? Without actual just cause. And just cause would be this person has pulled out a gun and is pointing it at you to shoot. Not, oh, they were running away, okay? When they were arrested, they're running away. Not a reason to shoot. Oh, he was resisting arrest. Not a reason to shoot because there was no immediate threat. The person is scared and doesn't want to be arrested and doesn't feel like they should have been arrested. And they're resisting. Resisting is not attacking. If you are not getting attacked, you should not be pulling out your gun as a police officer. So anytime that you are not getting attacked and you pull out your gun and you shoot an individual, you should be, there should be a formal investigation. You should be arrested and you should definitely be suspended without pay for a long time, maybe indefinitely, or, you know, fired, those things. Because I think that when something he said is right, because the fact that they're like, okay, yeah, you're free to go. You said just cause? All right, good. You're free to go. Because of that issue, they feel like that's something that they can do. It's their default response. That as like what happened like a couple weeks ago, where a guy was running away because he's scared. Of course he's scared. And he had just reason to be scared, because as he's running away, they shot him and killed him. Why? Why do you think that as this person's running away, you know what, Johnny, you know what would be good to do to that man running away that we feel shouldn't have been sleeping in his car? Let's go shoot him. Why an option would be to just let him go because he didn't do anything freaking wrong. Or if you are like, hey, I must arrest him, go arrest him. Why does the gun have to come out? Why do you feel so comfortable pulling out your gun and shooting individuals for no reason? You have a problem. And the fact that there is nothing being done in a lot of these cases, they'll say, oh, just cause. All right, and we did an investigation internally. He's good to go. Or you have the fake justice where they arrest them, but then a trial is held and then they're let go, which happened in Louisiana a couple years ago with some of the deaths that were done by police. They did arrest one woman and they sent her to trial, but then I think she got on bail very quickly right after. It was kind of like, okay, let's do a slap on the wrist, put you in jail for a little bit, and then we're going to take you out. Whereas if I, as a civilian, shot a man in the street, do you think they'd let me walk? Do you think they'd be like, oh, you know what? Just cause. You could go. No, I'd be seeing serious jail time. But because you're a police officer, you have, that gives you a right? Does anybody see it? Does anybody see it? And the right? Because I don't see it. I don't see the right that you would have to do something like that. And if anybody's like, I really hope, I actually have faith in you guys, my audience, on being smart, but sometimes there are people that come through that aren't my normal audience members. So anybody who has the mindset that, oh, it's not because they're black, it's because they resisted arrest or anything. No, I'm here to help you understand. As someone who clearly doesn't understand, I'm going to help you understand. It is because they're black. They are being shot because they're black. They're being stopped as while they're on the side of the road because they're black. They are being killed because they're black. They are being murdered in the streets because they're black. Just in case you didn't understand. I'm glad he made this video. I'm glad he shared the side, like his experiences, because apparently this is number 3, but he's had a couple experiences of situations like this, and it's so sad. It's so sad. It's frustrating. It makes no sense. As a culture, black people have not done anything to deserve this type of treatment. When they were brought to this country, they were brought as slaves. Shortly after slavery, we had the whole hosing, the rise and success of the KKK in the 60s, the murdering of black people for no reason, at like mass murders, just because, so there's never been a situation where black people as a culture have done things to other races of any other race to deserve this. White people brought black people here as slaves. White people were doing the mass murdering to black people in this country. Most of the cops that are killing the black people are white cops. So why are we looked at as the villains? Think about that. I'm gonna end the video here. I could go on for 20, 50 more minutes about the issues. And as more videos come out, I will have more things to say. But be smart, be wise, be kind. Black lives do matter. And I hope you have a good rest of your day.